Hi, and by the end of this tutorial, you will have chosen your own personal topic for the IB Physics IA, and you'll have done it in under 15 minutes. So why have I created this tutorial, this particular topic? Well, I genuinely receive 3 or 4 emails a day from students, IB students, who are struggling to pick their IB Physics topic. And really there's a very simple process that you can follow to have that topic which is perfect for you. So follow through the video, follow my steps, and I guarantee by the end you will have the perfect IB Physics topic. Now, another reason to stick it out to the end is that I'll offer you a free worksheet and a download to help you delve into this process further if you need it. So let's jump over to the slides and get on our way. Choosing a topic, well, what are you interested in? I mean, it's as simple as this. Don't overthink it. Has there been any lessons that you've attended in physics that you've enjoyed? Do you have a hobby? Do you have a passion? Or have you watched any TV programs recently that you found interesting? So, for example, lessons that I enjoyed 20 years ago in physics, I was blown away when my physics teacher told me about geostationary satellites and how all the communication companies are vying to put their satellites at the same radius above the Earth. And if communications companies keep going and going and going, there's going to be loads of space junk up there at that exact radius. So I remember that lesson from when I was a kid. And maybe there's a lesson that you remember. Maybe you did a lesson on electromagnets, or you learned about a particle accelerator or something, and it just stuck in your mind. So was there anything in your lesson? Or do you have a hobby? Do you play the guitar? Do you play the flute? Do you play football? Do you play tennis? Do you play anything or like anything? Do you like washing your hair? We can find a research question out of any topic of passion. And finally, if you watched a TV programme recently, so for example, have you watched Blue Planet? That's a sort of recent science programme that was on the TV. Anything. Just note it down. Note a couple of things down just now. So I'm going to note down geostationary satellites because I remember that lesson from 20 years ago. Possibly football. My son is interested in football at the moment. He's 6 years old. He likes football. So let me say my 2 areas of interest at the moment that have sparked something are geostationary satellites and football. I've just noted down those 2 things, nothing else, okay? And what I then want to do is I want to find my research question. And the whole point of your investigation is to measure how changing variable x affects or changes variable y. So you're going to change one variable about a geostationary satellite, or a football, or shampoo, and you're going to see how that affects the other variable about a geostationary satellite, a football, and a shampoo. Now don't panic. It sounds harder than it is. I'm going to lead you exactly through this, okay? So for this research question to happen, you need to have a variable x that's easily changeable and a variable y that can be easily measured, that's easily measurable. So let's go to my example of a satellite. What can you easily change about a satellite, and what can I easily measure on a satellite? Okay, so let's think about variable x just now. What can I easily change about a satellite? Well, I could change the mass of the satellite. I could change the distance of the satellite from the centre of the Earth. And I could change the radius of the satellite itself. Say I had a very small satellite that only I could fit in. Or I could have a massive satellite that's the size of a room. Those are 3 things that I could change about a satellite. Okay? Put that to one side, that's your variable x. Variable y. What is easily measurable about a satellite? What can I measure on a satellite? Well, I could measure the time period of the satellite, how long it takes to go round the Earth once. And I could measure the velocity of the satellite. I could measure that quite easily as well. So I've got 2 types of variables, of things I can change, variable x, and the things I can measure, variable y. And here's what I'm going to do. Our research question says, how does variable x affect variable y? So I'm simply going to choose one of the variable x's and one of the variable y's. Let's have a look. So satellites. Let's say I choose the mass of the satellite on variable x and the time period of the satellite on variable y. My research question becomes, how does the mass of a satellite affect the time period of orbit of a satellite? I can choose any of the variables. I can choose, okay, how variable x is distance, variable y is velocity. How does the distance of the satellite from the centre of orbit affect the velocity of the satellite? So how does variable x affect variable y? I'm choosing any of the variables. How does the radius of the satellite, variable x, affect the time period of orbit, variable y? How does the mass of satellite, variable x, affect the velocity of satellite, variable y? Let's choose a different example. Let's go to football. Okay? What can you change about a football? Look at my table here. What can you change about a football? That's variable x. Well, you could change the pressure of a football. You could put more air into it, and you could do that quite easily. You could change the angle that you kick a football. You could change the radius of the football. So 3 things you could change about it. And what could you measure about a football? Well, you could bounce it and see how high it rebounds. So you could measure the rebound height. You can measure the range, how far you can kick it. You can measure the terminal velocity of the football. You could drop it from a height and see what velocity it reaches at terminal velocity. So, if I like football, I say, how does the pressure of the football affect the rebound height after one bounce? How does the angle that a football is kicked affect the range of the football? How does the radius of the football affect the terminal velocity of the football? How does the pressure of the football affect the range of the football? Literally pick one x and one y and say, how does x affect y? So let's just look at some generic x and y variables that you can use in physics. And I'll show you how easy it is to come up with a research question if you've chosen your generic topic, your general topic. So let's say you like playing the guitar. Okay, so I look at my x variables. I'm thinking maybe about a guitar string. So I'm looking at my x variables and I'm thinking about this guitar string and I'm thinking, well, maybe I could change the density of a guitar string because we've got 6 guitar strings, haven't we? And they all seem to have different density. So maybe I could change the density. That's my x variable. And let's say the thing that I can measure coming out of it is sound. So what can I measure of sound? I can measure the frequency of the sound. So my question becomes, how does the density of a guitar string affect the frequency of sound produced? Easy. It's easy, isn't it? Let's think about something else. Okay, still on the guitar. Let's think about, okay, not about the string this time, about that hole you get in the middle of the guitar. So that's the cross-sectional area of that hole. How does the cross-sectional area of the hole in the middle of the guitar affect the frequency of sound? Easy. Next one, let's think about, say your general topic is something really silly. Say you like washing your hair, okay? Say it's something really silly, okay? So you like washing your hair, you're going to use shampoo, okay? So how does go through the x variables, what could I change about shampoo? I could change the temperature of shampoo. So how does the temperature of shampoo affect, okay, the terminal velocity of an object that falls through it? Okay, so now I'm thinking, how does the temperature of shampoo affect the terminal velocity of a ball bearing falling through the shampoo? I mean, it's a ridiculously simple topic. It's easily measurable for you. You like washing your hair. Job done. You could go on like this for hours. Let me give you one more example. Say you like helicopters, okay? What could we change about a helicopter? Well, lots of things. You could change the frequency of oscillation of the blades. You could change the cross-sectional area of the blade. I quite like that. So how does the cross-sectional area of a helicopter blade affect the terminal velocity as it falls in free fall? You can do this, folks. Find out what topic you're interested in, choose a variable x that you can change about that topic, and a variable y that you can measure. It's as simple as that. So the moral of the story is, folks, don't worry about your research topic. Choose something. Go back to my possible variables here. Choose a topic you're interested in and say, okay, what can I change about that topic and what can I measure about that topic? Okay, so what have you come up with? What is your research question for your IB Physics IA? The best thing you can do right now is comment in the section below and tell me what you've chosen. I can be in here, in and out here, helping you and deciding if that's a good topic for you or not. I also, in the show notes below, have a link for you to download the worksheet that accompanies this tutorial. That worksheet will help you go through this process in a little bit more detail. If you've enjoyed this video and you think it's super useful, then please like it. If you think other students would find this super useful, can you do me a favour? Will you share it for me? And subscribe to the channel, because that's how we can get everyone to ace their IB Physics exams. So have a great day, folks, and good luck with your IB Physics IA research question. See you later. Bye.